an example of a corporate mega entity that is essentially buying its time but is almost out of time right now. And when the time runs out, what we're going to find out is that not only have we been lied to about the scope of financial tyranny in our world, we have been lied to about extraterrestrials, because that technology that has already been taken in by our government includes free energy. It includes solutions to every problem that we have here on Earth. We can desalinate ocean water with very low energy yield. We can then pump that water into the deserts and literally irrigate all of the dead areas of our planet. We can completely clean up the Pacific garbage gyres, these gigantic areas of plastic that are just circling around and getting eaten by seagulls and whales and all types of marine life. We can eliminate any need for fossil fuel. We eliminate greenhouse gas emissions. There are technologies already in possession of these secret space program groups that eliminate any need for pharmaceuticals. You have pain relief technology in which you interrupt the potassium-sodium balance in the nerves. You don't need any analgesic drugs. You don't need to take any drugs at all. The only thing you would really still need to have the medical community for would be surgery. But all other types of medical illnesses can be treated by advanced technology that is already in possession of these people. That leads to longevity. That leads to life extension. If we want to become an intergalactic and interplanetary species, if we want to take the ships that are already built and use them to travel throughout the stars, we need to expand our lifespan. You're not going to be very successful if you only live for 60 or 70 years to go out on a deep space mission like that. They have the technology to dramatically enhance and extend our lifespan. They have the technology to allow us to travel through portals, to be able to go from point A to point B, even across vast numbers of light years, nearly instantaneously. We literally have all the tools in front of us right now for a Star Trek era. The only reason why we don't have it is that our planet, unfortunately, is being run by a sociopathic cabal of people who actually believe that humans are bad for the environment and they need to dramatically reduce population first before they release these technologies. Their goal was to bring us down to our knees so that we were so desperate for help that by the time they give it to us, they can instill total control and have absolute dominion over everyone. That's not going to be allowed to happen. There is an alliance here on Earth of very powerful entities. This actually includes a majority of the U.S. defense establishment, and I'm also talking about organizations that most people think of as negative, like the CIA. There are very strong, positive groups within all of these different intelligence agencies, the NSA, the DIA, naval intelligence, you name it. And what their goal is to work with this international cartel that has formed. Let me say that differently. And their goal is to work with this international alliance of countries that are outside the Western system directly and have seen that, in fact, we are being ruled by a Ponzi scheme in which they just print money out of thin air, do as much as they want. That's really the problem here. We can't allow these people to continue to make as much money as they want without having any collateral behind it. So once we get some further steps forward in the disclosure process, once the efforts of this alliance, this international alliance, get to the next level, there will be data dumps, there will be volumes of information released that will shake our beliefs to their core. They will challenge everyone. And what can happen right now is by you listening to this and educating yourself about the truth and about what is really going on in our world, you can help to calm people down when this disclosure comes out, because some of the material is so upsetting that there will be people who do not want to get out of bed, they do not want to eat. I call it the man in the bedroom. Imagine your loved one, you walk in there and there is someone else in bed with that person, and you had no idea that this was going on. We are taught to love these politicians. We are taught to aspire to be like them, think of them as great. People cheer in massive crowds at these political rallies. Now when we find out the scope of the betrayal, we find out that these people have not only been lying to us, but they've actually been deploying a weapons system into our food supply. They've deliberately added things to processed food that decreases lifespan, increases lethargy, fatigue, laziness, decreases your IQ, decreases your motivation. That's why it's very important to eat organic food, to try to eat as natural of a diet as possible, stay away from the processed stuff.